of Kenya,
in accordance with the Constitution of Kenya,
the United Democratic Alliance Party Constitution,
the United Democratic Alliance Party Constitution,
and all other laws of Kenya without fear, favor, affection, or ill will.
and all other laws of Kenya without fear, favor, affection, or ill will.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Chosen generation, called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He said, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I walk in power, I walk in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence.
I will now move the motion. I will now move the motion that having elected His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto as the party's presidential candidate, the NDC hereby empowers him to initiate, discuss, negotiate, and enter into any coalitions, mergers, affiliations, and alliances.
Hustler Nation.
May I invite Honorable Owen Bayer to move this motion.
Hustler Nation. Bottom up.
And we can have one seconder. This time I'll give a volunteer the chance, the first. This one in smart shades, you could come and second. Prepare yourself to second.
I, Owen Bayer, Member of Parliament for Kilifi North, do hereby propose that Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our presidential candidate, is now empowered to enter into coalitions, to discuss, negotiate, and enter into any coalitions, mergers, affiliations, and alliances. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Owen. Let's have the seconder. Where is the seconder? The other gentleman. the seconder.
I, Idris Mohammed Omar, from Taita Taveta County, I second.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the NDC now empowers you to sit around a table with all your friends from other political parties to discuss, negotiate, and even enter into coalitions, mergers, affiliations, and alliances. Thank you. God bless you. There is one more thing we need to say. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.
Hustler Nation.
And that brings me to an end of this formal session of the NDC. And I now want to welcome our chair, Honorable Johnston Muthama, to take us through the next short session. And as he prepares to come, do we have Garoya here? Garoya from Nakuru. The young person from Nakuru. He has a special poem for His Excellency. Oh, good.
UDA, kazi ni kazi. Your Excellency, in front of you is Dennis Ngaruya, ready to perform a poem entitled Mr. Future President. Be my guest. Just a humbled man from Kamagut who defied all odds to step in our land. Nairobi residents, did you ever imagine of a dignitary, a bigwig, His Excellency, making such a coalition? It is a progress, and with God, many more are on the way. Your vision for a stable economy is beyond the skies. Upon this, Kenya, under your leadership, will be ranked among the fast-growing economies in Africa. Mr. Future President, they say, God blesses. Humility is not cowardice. We witnessed you being handed over power by His Excellency, the President. What does this show? To protect the sovereignty of the Kenyan people, to protect the interest of the Kenyan citizen. From deep down your heart, the Hague Challenge did not deter you from serving and building Kenya. Credit should be given where due. Your service to the Kenyan people is incredibly remarkable. Your undying spirit, despite challenges from innumerable wet blankets. May God be with you, hustler. As I conclude, remain steady like a warrior, for you are the #1 warrior. Keep God first and sure enough. No effort you have put will go down the drain. Ama hustler unapangwa. Mimi najua upangungwi. May God be with you in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Hustler Nation. Bottom up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'll take this opportunity, Honorable Johnston Muthama, to come and bring to us the special guest of the day, the presidential candidate for UDA, HE Dr. William Ruto.
Ladies and gentlemen, delegates, and the entire Hustler Nation fraternity, please put your hands together for the United Democratic Alliance Chairman, Johnson Duya Muthama.
Mheshimiwa Rais mtarajiwa wa 5 wa taifa letu la Kenya, Mama Rachel. Mheshimiwa Rais, katika simu yangu nilikuwa nimeandika PTB, simu yangu. Ukipiga haitiki jina ingine. That stands for President to be. From now onwards, I'm changing my code to be Mr. President. Viongozi waalikwa kutoka vyama mbalimbali walioko hapa, tumewataja mbele, sitawataja tena, maana kiongozi atawataja. Magavana wetu wengi mtatajwa, masenata mtatajwa, MPs mtatajwa, MCAs vile vile, na tena wagombezi wengi, all aspirants in our party from all parts of this country. You will be recognized later on by someone who will come after me. Mimi nataka tu niseme chama chetu kina umri wa mwaka 1.5. Kwa umri sisi ni mwaka 1.5, lakini kwa matendo na umaarufu umri wetu ni miaka 50. Na hii imetokana na juhudi za wananchi wa Kenya. Mheshimiwa Rais mtarajiwa wa 5, mimi ninajua baada ya umri wetu tuna kibarua kikubwa sana ambacho kiko mbele yetu, na sasa ni kufanya kazi kuhakikisha kwamba sisi sio chama tu ambacho kina ufuasi mwingi, lakini sisi ni chama kinaweza kushinda serikali na kuunda serikali mwaka huu tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Mheshimiwa Rais mtarajiwa, nachukua nafasi hii ni kushukuru sana kwa ujasiri wako, ukakamavu wako na macho yako ya kuona mbele. Tulianza kama hatuna nyumba. Tulianza wewe ukiwa unafunguliwa mlango ufukuzwe na watu fulani kutoka chama mlichosaidia kuunda serikali, na tukaanza pahali tulikuwa hata hatuna kiti ya kukaa, lakini kwa ujasiri wako ulituongoza kama mwanaume bila kuangalia nyuma, na leo tunaweza kusema tumefaulu na tuna nyumba ambayo ina manifesto yetu ya kunyuma kuona kwamba tumeshinda kura sijaso na sio chini ya 65% ikipungua. Mheshimiwa Rais mtarajiwa na wengine na wageni wetu, UDA ni chama ambacho kwa uongozi wako na umeapa mbele yetu tulioko karibu na wewe, na ninawaambia wananchi kwamba umeapa chama kitakuwa na demokrasia na kila mtu atakuwa na nafasi ya kutumika ndani ya chama, nje ya chama na ndani ya serikali utakayounda, na hiyo ndio msimamo wako. Jambo lile lingine ni kwamba tuna wagombezi wengi ambao wengi wenu tunajua mna mashaka. Mnauliza, je, tukienda kwenye mchucho mambo itakuwa namna gani? Tutapata nafasi chini ya uongozi wa William Ruto ambaye ni party leader wetu, kiongozi wa chama leo. Mimi nawaambia kwamba kutakuwa usawa, haki na hakutakuwa na upendeleo wowote, na watakao dhaminiwa na wananchi ndio wataingia kugombea uongozi katika chama chetu. Nataka kuwaambia wananchi tena kwamba tumetengeneza ile tunaita na tumeunda National Election Board ambayo wanachama wake wako hapa na sisi, na wao wamepata ushauri wa naibu wa rais kwamba ni lazima mpango wa uchaguzi ujao ndani ya chama uwe wa kuaminika na wa haki. Kwa hivyo mkienda nyumbani, msiwe na shauku kwamba kutakuwa na ukora pahali popote. Sisi tumefanya kazi. Tulienda Kiambaa kwa uchaguzi mdogo, tukashinda kiti cha Kawajiku, yuko hapa na sisi. Tukaenda Ruri tukashinda. Tukaenda London Ward tukashinda. Hata kule kwingine hatukushinda. Tumeonyesha ushujaa mkubwa sana kwa kupambana tukiwa na chama mpya. Kwa hivyo wale ambao tunapambana na wao sasa uchaguzi ujao, wakule washibe, maana kitakuwa kivumbi ambacho hakijaonekana tena. Jambo lile lingine nataka kutaja hapa ni kwamba UDA ilionekana ni kama chama kitaenda mbali. Wengine walisema hatutafika, lakini leo tumeonyesha kwa kasi yetu kwamba tuko mbele na tumesafiri na tunasimama kushinda. Kwa hivyo sasa mambo hayo yakiwa hapo, tuna marafiki wetu wale tumesalimiana na wao. Marafiki wetu wale wamekuja hapa, wanatuangalia, wanatuona. Si tunataka kusema kama chama vile mmesikia tumeapisha kiongozi na tukamwambia tumempatia nafasi aweze kutembea na kukaa na mtu yeyote na kuongea na kukubaliana ili tutengeneze Kenya moja yenye nguvu. Wananchi watukufu, I want now to head up my speech and take up this opportunity to invite your leader, presidential candidate, who has been sworn in to take that responsibility to come and accept the oath that he has taken in front of you and say that he will walk with you to the end, and then give us his keynote speech and invite his fisters or the fisters of UDA party to come and greet us. Your Excellency, sir, I take this opportunity to invite you.
And now, let us be upstanding to welcome on stage the United Democratic Alliance presidential nominee for the His Excellency, Dr. William
Thank you very much. UDA oye! Harambee! 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 UDA! 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 Allah, asanteni sana. Asanteni sana, mnaweza kuchukua viti zenu. Thank you very much. Mwenyekiti wetu Mheshimiwa Johnson Muthama, katibu wetu wa chama, Mama Veronica Maina, officials wote wa chama chetu cha UDA, marafiki zetu, viongozi wa vyama mbalimbali ambao wamekuja kama marafiki kuja kushuhudia sherehe hii yetu ya leo, ndugu wabunge, magavana, maseneta, MCAs na wajumbe wote wa chama cha UDA. Hamjambo? Hamjambo? Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Asalamu alaikum. Hebu munipungie hivi mkono jameni, nione kwa mbali. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. In a very special way, this afternoon, that we are gathered here, close to 5,000 delegates of the United Democratic Alliance Party. It is a historic moment because this is a party that a year ago was not the party we have today. It is the effort, the commitment, and the hard work of many people in Kenya. Today, the United Democratic Alliance Party is the largest party in the Republic of Kenya. In a very special way, I want to thank many leaders, senators, governors, and members of parliament who worked with me tirelessly and with a lot of courage and commitment to put together this party that today has over 7 million members. The effort to make this party what it is today is not a personal effort of just the leaders. Many hustlers in different parts of Kenya, people who are engaged in all businesses, have registered, have supported the registration, they have facilitated the registration, and I want to tell each and every one of them today a very big thank you for making UDA what it is today. This party has come to be the party of the hustler nation in Kenya. This is the party. This is the party where you will not be asked about the name of your father. This is the party. You will not be asked to give your bank account. This is the party for every Kenyan from every walk of life. And I want to say, I am a very proud Kenyan today that you have bestowed upon me the responsibility to be the party leader of this great movement. I thank everybody who is with us here today. in person as well as in spirit, including the millions of Kenyans following this event on radio, on television, and online through various platforms. I am grateful for your support, sacrifices, and the time you have taken to congregate at this culmination of a most eventful journey in our lives. I do not take your support and your time and your interest for granted. And as always, I welcome you to walk with us on this road until we knock on the gates of our glorious tomorrow. I thank our party delegates for the work they have done in guiding the Hustler Nation through a transparent nomination process, and for their consideration in bestowing upon me the immense responsibility of representing the United Democratic Alliance in the forthcoming presidential elections. I am profoundly honored, and I accept your nomination to be the United Democratic Alliance candidate in this year's presidential election. I accept your nomination to be the United Democratic Alliance party candidate in this year's presidential election with gratitude to the Almighty God, recognition of the significance of this moment, and an acknowledgement of the work remaining and the road ahead to that day that we all look forward to. I will live up to your trust. I shall do my very best to exceed your expectations, and I shall neither stop, nor pause, nor slow down, nor hesitate until what you have asked of me is delivered. Let us take this moment to appreciate and salute those who participated in this exercise. Tracy Wanjiru, a courageous lady still in university, resolved to transcend all the intersecting setbacks and barriers to her aspiration to offer leadership and to make her voice heard. Jeffnel Nyakwama also rose up to meet this hustler moment by emphatically saying and demonstrating that the youth of this country have a place in leadership at every level. These young Kenyans fill my heart with joy and hope. In them, I see myself back in the old days, animated by a vision for change and itching to have a go at leadership. In them also, I see a hopeful future in a country where youth, wealth, name, circumstances of birth, ethnicity, gender, and disability are not considerations nor obstacles to accessing opportunities or realizing aspirations. As you are perfectly valid and good to go. You did not wait to be invited to the leadership conversation. Sometimes the invitations never come. You took your chances, entered the room, and sat at the table. Please, do not leave the table. Let us keep talking, working, and growing together. I thank the United Democratic Alliance for extending us all opportunities to contest leadership positions without discrimination. Let us always strive to live up to our fundamental ethos of uniting our nation through the inclusive and participatory quest for opportunities for everybody. I am aware that this time round there are thousands of young people giving everything to our movement: resources, time, strength, ideas, and moral support. I know that many youth have come forward to stand as candidates, and yet many others are mobilizing, sensitizing, and participating in other meaningful ways. The Hustler Nation is a young nation. The voice as well as the aspiration of Kenya's young people form an essential pillar of our movement. I therefore want to register my gratitude and appreciation and assure you of my commitment to open up opportunities for young people to thrive and drive the progress of our nation. For me, this moment has been long in coming. I have been engaged in political leadership and associated activities since my university days. Obviously, I did not have the opportunity in those days to seek presidential nomination. But I rose from the bottom of the party pyramid, working my way up until I entered party leadership and eventually became a member of the National Assembly at the age of 31. I was an assistant minister at the age of 33 and a cabinet minister at the age of 36, and an opposition MP at the age of 37. And that has sort of formed the basic rhythm of my career ever since. In that time, I have learned a lot, made mistakes, achieved successes, and refined my leadership philosophy and vision for this country. I have learned that leadership failures can cost the country tremendous opportunity and inflict irreparable harm on those many people who depend on us. I have learned that the biggest mistake a government or a party can make is to fail the inclusion test. My original political intuition that governance is all about the people and that development can only be sustainable if programs are designed on the people's terms. I have learned that continuous engagement with the people is indispensable to effective governance, and that leadership works and listens more and speaks less. My first bid for a party's nomination to contest the presidency was in 2007, which I did not win, and I conceded defeat and went all out to support the party and its candidate then. I believe we made a good account of ourselves. My second bid for a presidential nomination was in 2013. This was again deferred, as my party subsequently resolved to merge with another party. In the interest of coalition building and broader strategic interests, I deferred my bid and once again gave my all in successfully delivering the presidency and a wholesome parliamentary majority. Today, I know without any shadow of doubt that the time has come to represent the Hustler Nation. The time has come to go all the way to the finish line and secure the place of the Hustler Nation at the decision-making table. Let the message get out from this very moment and from this place that I am ready, that I will do everything and my best at that, and most of all, that I am determined to give you a campaign you will be proud of, and to win for our party, our coalition, and for the people of Kenya. Let the word reach out to our friends as well as our rivals that we are prepared and we are inspired to do all we can to go to every place and to work with everyone to open the doors of inclusion, opportunity, and enterprise in order to move Kenya to the higher level. After all, this is what hustlers do every day. Let me state a fairly obvious fact. I am the first elected and serving Deputy President of Kenya. It has been the honor of my life to be elected to this position, and I will forever remain profusely thankful to my friend, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for a successful working partnership in 3 elections. I have discharged my duties faithfully, and there is not a single task that the President assigned me which I did not execute in full. The Jubilee Coalition we formed a decade ago was formed through a covenant to eliminate the politics of hate, division, and ethnicity. Political competition organized around ethnic division is toxic, yet many politicians accept this to be the essence of democracy. Our covenant formed the foundation of a new approach, issue-based politics, institutionalized through national political parties. We succeeded in demonstrating that democracy does not go hand in hand with chaos, confusion, or instability. We have shown that democracy does not express itself through discrimination, exclusion, division, suspicion, or conflict. In government, we focused on delivering those projects and programs that would enable the state meet the people at their point of need. Therefore, we swiftly transformed the country through unprecedented investments in infrastructure as the springboard to effective, efficient, and sustainable service delivery to all parts of Kenya. As a result, we built a new, modern, 700-kilometer long standard gauge railway, constructed 10,000 kilometers of new tarmac, and connected 6 million people to electricity. We also set up 150 technical training colleges. The next phase of our transformation was going to be the Big Four agenda, which would leverage these foundational undertakings to ensure that they will be actualized by creating jobs for millions of young people out of school, out of college, and out of our universities. It would also agriculture to increase food production and to lower the cost of living and increase money in the pockets of millions of farmers. Big Four would also radically change our delivery of health care by rolling out a comprehensive universal health program. This would complete the task of transforming Kenya that we had been assigned in 2013. From 2017, however, the party backpedaled on its foundational commitments, including the founding covenant. The party rejected national, inclusive, issue-based transformative leadership and embraced parochial, ethnic, divisive, and retrogressive politics. It defaulted to tribe as the organizing variable of our politics and governance. It privatized governance and weaponized public policy and institutions. It pursued personal politics of congregating an entitled few to express their individual wishes as community interests and translate their private consensus as national policy. In our first term, we made exceptional progress in setting the stage for national transformation. In our second term, we witnessed accelerated regression into the tyranny, personality cult politics, and the weaponization of public offices to intimidate, harass, and persecute Kenyans perceived not to worship those in power. Many large enterprises were destroyed. Many business owners harassed. Many leaders subjected to humiliation, intimidation, blackmail, because their only crime was holding contrary opinions to those holding the levers of state power. A new frame of national unity was engineered in undemocratic and in terms which rationalized grounding and swallowing the whole opposition and the vandalization of the Constitution to accommodate corrupt and dangerous ethnic arrangements. At the same time, the Big Four agenda was abandoned, pushed into the back burner, as execution of its flagship projects was left at the mercy of forces of emergent state capture. Those who remained loyal to our founding vision were shunned, hounded, threatened, and then persecuted. This is how we lost 4 years that would have gifted us with a brilliant blossoming of a beautiful dream which inspired millions of Kenyans in 2013. To his credit, my friend the President did inform me that he needed space to work on his personal legacy as the fourth president. I obliged, and this led to my eventual retreat to the margins of a government that I had participated in forming. The past 4 years have provided me special moments to be able to engage consistently with ordinary people. As Deputy President, I have worked directly with Wananchi, going to meet them in their villages, their markets, their farms, and their places of work, and to have practiced the leadership of listening more and speaking less. All through my political journey, I have believed in walking with the people, listening to them, and doing my best to do what they want, not what I think will be a monument to my own achievements. I have learned that our plush, comfortable, secure offices are inaccessible to the majority of the people who need them the most. As a leader, this is a huge setback because it costs us the objective. These engagements, most importantly, they reminded me the most important question of all. What does the government do, and for whom does it work? And how, therefore, should it work? I was appalled by the intensity of contempt many have for ordinary people and their rejection of any suggestion that their voice matters. I remain sorrowful over the hatred in the language that proudly despises the poor, the struggling, the hurting, the lonely, and the abandoned. Many of us have felt the stinging lash of this contempt, and we all know where it comes from. Behind the shameless deception that national unity is the coalescing of a few leaders to organize their selfish interests in an implacable sense of exclusive entitlement to the privileges associated with state power. This entitlement is the basis for the formulation of a cynical agenda to capture the state and disenfranchise ordinary people for good. That is why we have witnessed the criminalization of enterprise, the marginalization of livelihoods, and many parts form part and parcel of this contemptuous exclusion. We in the Hustler Nation believe that the measure of any society lies in how it treats its weakest and vulnerable members. We work from the bottom up because if we take care of the bottom, we take care of everybody. We want Kenyans to have opportunity to hustle from the bottom up. The top, therefore, must be understood to be everyone's aspiration, objective, and ideal destination. It is not bottom versus up. It is bottom up. It is not bottom versus up. It is bottom up. I commit, therefore, to live up to the original covenant of championing the establishment of everlasting peace, unity, and opportunity to prosper in our country. I make this commitment on the understanding that sustainable unity can only be achieved through meaningful political and economic inclusion. The evidence of inclusion is respect for dignity of livelihoods and the creation of space for every vocation, every skill, every profession and talent to flourish and yield a bountiful harvest of prosperity for all our people. At the same time, I reject the suggestion that a united country is one that has no political competition or opposition. Rather, I view the foundation of an inclusive Kenya as one governed by an effective democratic government with robust checks and balances, overseen by a vigilant and responsible opposition and a strong civil society movement. I call your attention to the fact that over the past 4 years, the purchase, compromise, and eventual liquidation of the opposition and legitimate political competition set the stage for an effective state capture. I must therefore specifically undertake that under our administration, we shall boldly and firmly confront and dismantle the now pervasive conflict of interest that has rapidly evolved into state capture through corrupt political and economic arrangements. Public policy must not be customized to benefit the private and personal interests of a select few. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude my remarks by framing the picture. What are we up against? What is the 9th of August about? We must be very clear in our minds why your vote counts on the 9th of August. On the 9th of August, there will be a competition of ideas. There will be a competition of sides. We are on one side, our competitors are on the other side. Let me say this for clarity, so that Kenyans go to the polls on the 9th of August understanding what is on the ballot. On the ballot on the 9th of August, the great people of the Republic of Kenya will be two groups. One who believe that the way to the future of our country is through changing the Constitution. On our side, we believe that the way to the future of our nation is by changing the economy of our nation. We are seated here. We are assembled here as the United Democratic Party Congress with our friends from ANC and Ford Kenya and Tujibebe and Savina and TSP and CCK and CCM and all the other parties, united by one thing, our belief that the future of our nation is predicated on changing the economy of our nation. While our competitors believe that it is through the changing of the Constitution to create positions for a select few will treat our problem of exclusion, on our side, we believe that we need to change the Constitution to create opportunity, create jobs, create opportunities for millions of young people out of school, out of college, out of our universities, that therein lies the solution to the inclusivity question in the Republic of Kenya. We are very clear that we had this plan in 2017. Unfortunately, the forces who are against the people of Kenya, who do not want to share opportunity, who believe that Kenya is their privilege, who believe they own this nation, they sabotage the Big Four plan because they did not want the young people of our nation to get the opportunity to work and to get the opportunity to do business. I want to say with clarity and certainty that if we had not lost 4 years chasing a mirage, if we had taken time to implement the Big Four plan, Kenya would be different from what we have today. We wouldn't be having millions of young people languishing without jobs. While our competitors believe that they will go to the polls so that they can get the opportunity to change the Constitution so that a few people can share power, we are telling them we will go to the polls to elect leadership that is going to create opportunities for empowerment, not sharing power, for the empowerment of millions of citizens of our republic. We want to remind our competitors that 10 million Kenyans today are in a lottery because they have no defined jobs, they have no defined business, they have no access to credit, they have no place to do business, there is no law to protect their enterprises. And we are saying that the opportunity that we have as the people of Kenya is not to change the constitution to create positions and share power among few people. The opportunity we have in Kenya is to create the opportunity for the empowerment of millions of citizens through jobs, through opportunities to work in their enterprises, in their works for all Kenyans. Our competitors believe that this nation should be about a few people who wield the levers of state power. We are telling them this country is not just about leaders. This country is about 50 million Kenyans. And because it's about 50 million Kenyans, we will not accept to go the journey. They have told us they will bring back the BBI monster because they want to create an imperial presidency. They want a president who controls the judiciary using the ombudsman. They want a president who controls the legislature using appointments. They want a president who does what he wants or what she wants merely because she has power or he has power or they have influence or they have money. We are telling them that this country is about 50 million Kenyans and we will not accept to go back to the dark days of an imperial president. We are marching forward to a Kenya of shared prosperity by 50 million Kenyans. Our competitors believe that this country belongs to those in power. They believe in impunity. They believe in monopolies. They believe in cartels. We want to tell them we believe in the rule of law. They have weaponized state institutions. They have weaponized the DCI. They have weaponized the EACC. They have weaponized the KRA to run political errands, to dismantle businesses that belong to people who do not worship. This country will change. On our first day, we will free the DCI. We will free the KRA from state capture. We will make sure have weaponized the DCI, the EACC and the KRA to run political errands. We will professionalize the DCI's office and the KRA for them to discharge their constitutional and legal duty. On the first day, we will appoint an accounting their responsibility. As they weaponize the KRA, we will do the complete opposite. We will professionalize the KRA, digitize the KRA, and make sure that it collects all the taxes professionally. And the 60% of the taxes that are not collected as VAT, we will make sure that we will create the mechanism, the digital platform, so that we can collect taxes and we don't have to fight Kenyan enterprises and destroy people's businesses. Thank you very much. Our competitors have proposed that they want to change the constitution so that they can make the judiciary to be subservient and to be accountable and to be answerable to the executive. We want to tell our competitors we will do the complete opposite. On our first day, we will operationalize the judiciary fund so that we can free the judiciary, give them financial independence so that they can discharge their responsibility of sorting out disputes, making sure that criminals are put behind bars, and making sure the corrupt find their place in jail, by making sure that they have the independence to discharge their responsibility without the current encumbrances imposed on them by resources that are not being released, because there is a deliberate move to ensure that the judiciary fund has not been operationalized, yet it has been in our laws for the last 10 years. We believe in an independent judiciary. We want the judiciary to discharge their mandate, independent of the executive. We want the judiciary to provide its oversight role over the other arms of government. We want the judiciary that will stand tall and make sure that they discharge their responsibility without encumbrances of matters to do with financial dependence on other arms of government. We want a judiciary that will be truly independent, that does not receive telephone calls from the executive for them to write judgments. We want a judiciary that is truly independent. Good people, agriculture will be on the ballot in this election. Our competitors are the masters of monopolies. They are the agents of conflict of interest. They are the agents of state capture. And we must free this country and our agriculture from cartels and brokers We are telling our competitors that we will deal firmly with conflict of interest. We will deal firmly and eliminate brokers and cartels and monopolies that have taken hostage our agricultural sector. And we will make sure that every farmer has access to quality seeds, has access to subsidized fertilizer, have access to markets, have access to good prices, and they have access to government support so that they can produce food for our nation, so that every farmer can earn a decent earning for their produce, and we can reduce the cost of living and make sure that every Kenyan has disposable income, and we can grow our economy, pay our taxes, and stop begging for loans and debts from other countries, because we can stand up for ourselves. Our competitors are telling us that it is okay to have debt. Our competitors are telling us every country has debt. Yes, we agree every country has debt. But good people, we can do better. We can think better to be able to grow our own revenues, and we must not be slaves of debt from any place or any country. Debt must be the last resort. We must grow our economy. We must empower our enterprises. We must create opportunity in agriculture so that we can grow our tax base, get as many Kenyans as possible to pay their taxes so that we can run the affairs of our country on the basis of the revenue that we collect. President Mwai Kibaki taught us that it is possible for us to grow our tax revenues. He took over when tax revenues were at 200 billion. He left when we were collecting more than $1 trillion. Our tax collection has stagnated because of conflict of interest. Our tax revenues are stagnated because we do not have a concrete plan. We are saying our movement will create a concrete plan that will expand our taxes so that we can double our tax revenues and reduce on borrowing and debts that can cripple our country. It is tragic that the only thing that I can remember on matters to do with the economy that the handshake has done is to borrow 7 trillion in the last 5 years. It is a tragedy that we must investigate. Good people, we are running at a historic moment. We have to make our choices carefully on the 9th of August, because what is on the ballot is either Kenya moving forward into prosperity or Kenya regressing into tyranny and poverty. The choice is as clear as day is from the night. Let me conclude my remarks by saying we will create a comprehensive environment for Kenyans to save, a comprehensive environment for us to grow our own savings. Many countries have their savings in the region of 30 to 40% of GDP. It is only in Kenya that our savings as a percentage of GDP is around 7%. And it is because we think debt is the easier route. I want to say savings is the better route. And that is what we must go. That's what we must do. So, my good people of Kenya, let me say this contest has been defined. Kenyans know what to vote for in this election. You will vote for the people who are looking for power, positions, the cartels, the state capture, the conflict of interest, the brokers, or you will vote for the future of our country, the jobs for our young people, opportunities for our business people, opportunities for our farmers, an accountable executive, an accountable judiciary, an accountable government, and a future for everybody. That is what is on the ballot on the 9th of August. Again, let me thank all of you for sparing time to listen to me. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your commitment. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your sacrifice. I want to thank many leaders who have had to suffer and be victims of a weaponized fight against business, a weaponized fight against leaders. I want to thank many leaders who are here, specifically members of parliament who are here. Can I ask members of parliament who are here to stand up from the UDA party? I also want to ask senators and governors who are here to stand up. Thank you very much. These men and women have been subjected to blackmail. They have been persecuted. They have been threatened. Many of them have been dragged to court for crimes they never committed. Their crime was only to be my friends. Their crime was only to be members of the Hustler Nation. But I want to thank them. They are made of good metal. They are made of fine gold. And history will judge you guys fairly, that you stood up against tyranny, that you stood up against blackmail. Thank you very much. The weaponization of the DCI, EACC, and KRA is not limited to these leaders. It goes to many business enterprises have been crippled and destroyed by a weaponized DCI, EACC, and KRA. Today, it is not just the big business. It is not just Humphrey Karaoke's business. It is not Tabitha Karanja and Keroje business. Even the border today are victims of a weaponized fight against people who don't share in the belief of those who hold the levers of power today. And I want to promise them that power is transient and the people of Kenya will overcome. We will not submit to your threats and blackmail. We will not bow to you. We will not worship you. We worship the living God in heaven. We worship no human being. Asanteni sana. Asanteni. Thank you very much. I want to say from this podium, you may have power, you may control the levers of power, but we believe in God, the all-powerful. We submit to God, the all-powerful. We will respect everybody. We will give respect to whoever respect is due. We will give honor to whoever honor is due. But we will worship only God in heaven. We will worship no human being. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I accept this nomination with humility. I commit that I will do my very best to make sure that I don't let you down and that I actualize the aspirations and the wishes of each and every one of you and make your dreams come true. Thank you very much. God bless you. Asante.